I know what to do. I know exactly how we open this show.
Are we... Who are you calling?
Just fucking be patient. Why you just wait for the call? How about you just wait for the call to get answered? What up, wait. Do I have express written consent to screen record this?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
No, isn't there a button? Oh.
Hey. So we don't have.
Okay, why do you guys have dicks hold up to your mouth? Oh, is that a microphone?
It is a microphone.
We are shooting Pod-a-Mania at the moment. And we don't have a cold open.
Matthew, do you have a cold open?
Fuck?
So do you have a cold open?
Matthew, how can we entertain?
Okay, first of all, how can y'all not have a cold open? Y'all motherfuckers always have a cold open. And now all of a sudden, what time is it? What time is it? It's 8:23 on a Tuesday afternoon, and all of a sudden we don't have a fucking cold open. So guess what? Guess what?
Hey,
Wait.
Guess what?
He said, guess what?
What?
This should be the cold open right. How do we not have a cold open?
Dude, I know. Welcome back to Pod-a-Mania, guys.
Thank you, Matt.
Welcome back to Pod-a-Mania Pod. My name is Eddie. His name is Dylan. Follow that damn podcast at Pod-a-Mania Pod _EWO3 at Bozo Dills. This is a weekly wrestling podcast. Most of the time, we cover SmackDown from last week, Raw from this week, and anything in between. And in this week's instance, it was Night of Champions.
Yeah, it was, Eddie. Yeah, it was. You can't believe you're doing this.
Back in my day, they were for more than just one championship.
Yeah, no, the fact that one championship was put on the line.
Insane.
To take Tony to my right here. It's a crazy week of just life.
But we got new kings, new queens, and we're going to cover all of it.
And a great intro. So happy Matt answered the phone.
Thank you,
Now
Matt.
we can do that intro you wanted. I think this is a week to introduce that since we have to.
We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify before we get into SmackDown.
I'm going to smack you down.
Yeah. Weekly. Julia is our
3
new...
hours.
Can I get like an intermission? At least Titanic had an intermission.
You can have commercial breaks. But sometimes it's going to be like picture in picture. Where you can't like
that, honestly, I prefer
audio's gone, but you can still see you getting smacked down.
And it's just Smack That by Akon and Eminem.
It's sponsored by Slim Jim.
Yep. But Julia is our new women's U.S. Just like our tables, Julia is our new women's U.S. champion, beating Chelsea Green in Saudi Arabia. How do we feel? I mean, I'm glad Julia's a new champion. Having her on the main roster, it kind of felt like that was the trajectory. We were down, and
it happened much quicker than I anticipated. If I'm gonna be honest with you,
I'm surprised about it. Yeah, I'm surprised they pulled the trigger in Saudi Arabia. Was probably thinking like a SummerSlam crowning of that, but I think we're gearing towards maybe a win for Jade at SummerSlam, because she did win the Queen of the Ring at Night of Champions. I'm just going to get into it because that's the next segment where Asuka and Jade Cargill exchanged some words before their bout on Saturday. Naomi came out, pretty much had some harsh words for Jade Cargill because they've been fighting over the last couple months. And so if Jade Cargill ends up winning at SummerSlam, I think Naomi cashes in on her.
Yeah, no, I agree. I can see that going exactly like that. I don't see any reason for it to really not go that way. Just with how the SmackDown is right now. SmackDown kind of feels really cut and dry. All the storylines kind of make sense and are just like going certain directions. Whereas on Raw, it's really hodgepodge.
Unless we're running Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton for the
I think that's
fifth
over.
time in a
but
row.
I think that's over with the last woman standing.
God, I fucking hope so. Yeah.
But you get what I mean. It just feels like SmackDown's very much like, hey, we're headed towards a certain direction, whereas Raw is just a hodgepodge of we don't know what's going on, and we'll get to that and later.
Definitely. And so Jade Cargill may end up winning her first women's U.S. title at SummerSlam, but it may be thrown for a loop because of Naomi and her Money in the Bank briefcase. Moving on to the next segment, like I said, Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax happened in the last women's standing match. Tiffany Stratton retained. I really hope that's over.
Please be over. I'm begging you.
Yeah, Ron Killings is back. He's calling out John Cena still. I don't necessarily know what we're doing with him at this point.
I think they were like, oh, this is going to be so cool to bring back for this Saturday night main event. Yeah. And now we're stuck with him. Like they brought him back with a plan for one thing and not what to do with him afterwards.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of going to be how we talked about the Bloodline Vortex and the Judgment Day Vortex. He is now in the John Cena Vortex.
I don't even think it's that
stuck. He's stuck calling out John Cena because that's what turned him into this.
Yeah.
And he has nowhere else to turn his attention to on it.
But why doesn't it makes no sense that he's not calling out because Aleister Black fought him the previous week too.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why wouldn't you call out Aleister Black and try and get a match set up there? I assume that's where they're going for Saturday night's main event, probably. Another exclusive. Ron Killings exclusively works Saturday night main events.
He doesn't fight anywhere else. Only Saturday. In his new contract, it states explicitly Saturday night main event only.
And he has to main event at WrestleMania.
You know what? I just no. I don't.
No, you're not even gonna yes and me on that
I don't
one?
even want to yes and it because I can't think of.
You yes anded me on Logan Paul versus Gunther.
Yeah, because that had more of a chance.
Fucking God.
Because that has more of a chance.
Yeah, no. You think Ron Killings winning a championship has more of a chance than Logan Paul winning the World Heavyweight Championship?
Less of a chance?
More.
Who has more of a chance of winning a World Heavyweight? That's actually way tougher than you're making it seem.
Because you yes-anded me for Logan, making it seem like that, like you didn't even want to let me consider that possibility. You're not even considering.
Yeah, no, there's just no chance. I just don't. No. There's
the 20-year-old veteran of Ron Killings. He can't win a World Heavyweight Championship at night one of WrestleMania. Not even the main event of WrestleMania. That's insane.
I just don't see it.
I'm telling Matt.
I just don't see it.
I'm telling Matt. Call him back.
I'm not going to call him back.
Okay. Then let's move on.
But what I'm going to say is you asked me the question exclusively, who has more of a chance? And that's way different than do I want to see it. Of course I would want to see it.
Yeah.
Duh.
No, with their place in the card, it makes sense.
But you asked me who has more of a chance.
You're so mad.
Of course I think Logan Paul has more of a chance. Am I happy about it? No. But you asked me the question, and I have to answer it honestly. You say you don't rage bait for the TikTok. You rage bait for the TikTok.
I rage bait you.
You rage bait for the TikTok.
I love baiting.
Because I'm the one who be in them comments.
Don't expose that.
Me. It's me.
Maybe it's me.
It's me. It's
maybe it's Matt.
It's us. Sometimes we give it to Matt.
You'll know when we give it to Matt. Because we'll have to make an apology.
What do you mean about that?
Basic punkanomics ended.
What do you mean by that?
Don't yes and me on this one, and not on R-Truth winning the world. No,
you're right. No, you're right. No, you're right.
Basic punkanomics. We had drug-free pug life, Pepsi Phil come out in a Cubs jersey in Saudi Arabia.
Do you think that was public punishment for what he said about Saudi Arabia?
Do you think it was like an embarrassment ritual?
That was not good. I'm
Kendrick Lamar and bitch, you're Drake. You don't think that was bars, Dylan? Calling John Cena a pedophile in Saudi Arabia? You don't think that's a good idea? No?
For Spotify and Apple Music listeners, I'm just shrugging.
That is true. We do have audio listeners now.
Apple Music, Apple Podcast listeners. I don't know, man. So bad. It was so bad. I was watching it and I was like, you are 50.
Yeah.
You are 50.
It was like midlife crisis.
It looks like my dad.
I was going to say that. Oh my God. I'm so glad you said that. Oh, I think that's the period on that. Yep. That's the button on that segment.
I'm cool.
And Night of Champions happened. So 2 nights in Saudi Arabia. SmackDown's over.
It's like Aladdin. What? Arabian Nights. Aladdin.
Yeah, true.
I saw that on Broadway in New York. Fire.
Cody Rhodes wins the King of the Ring tournament. And is he turning heel? Is Randy having suspicions about his limb work? Can you do basic limb work and be non-heel?
I mean, Randy does it.
But it's like you're targeting the injured Randy Orton back, and it's like, oh, Cody's turning heel, and it's like, no, it's just a fucking tactic to win the match.
It's like Randy Orton. Literally, one of his vintage moves is dissecting your body and hitting every single point.
God, I wish he'd dissect my body.
But you get what like when he does the kick to the arm, the knee, the ankle. It's like
his signature in the 2K games. Yeah.
Yes, it's just like, dude, your whole thing is like Randy's whole thing is being methodical, and now he's a face who's methodical. You can do both. Well,
Yeah.
You guys make me so angry because it's not all black and white. There's gray area. Cody's in a weird phase where he's chasing as the face who is still like corrupted by the gold.
Yeah, it's a weird position he's in. I was going to talk about his promo after King of the Ring. You didn't catch it, but he like mentions you may or may not like me against your favorite characters. Like he completely like ruins the business with that promo.
But I also think what it does is it's him basically saying like
he's getting his ball back.
I'm myself.
Yes.
Like everyone else you're watching is a character. I am me and I want this bad. And I don't think it's a inherently bad thing. But I think he could have worded it better.
It's the wording. He did an interview over the weekend at I think it was at Fanatics Fest, so last weekend I think, where he did say like he's coming to the end of his babyface run. I was like, I don't want to fucking know that. That's insane.
But we all knew that. We've been talking about that
since WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the fun of it.
So it's.
But what if he's just swerving us? What if he's his baby face?
I don't know. It's a difficult position that he's like put in because he's a marketable baby face. But I would love a Homelander heel run. I would love a heel run that's better than Cody or Cena's heel run right now.
It's fun for me not being actively online.
Yeah.
A lot. Like How do I not get on a soapbox here? How do I stay on even ground with humans? How do I not sound like I'm preaching? I just try not to be on my phone. Like when I work, I work. When I go hoop, I go hoop. Like I try to stay away from social media, so I don't see the Fanatic Fest interview. I don't see stuff like that, and I think the everyday wrestling fan doesn't see that stuff. So I don't see it as that.
Yeah.
So for you and the IWC, yes, him saying that kind of ruins it and makes you feel like, oh no, now I know it's coming. But for me and my brothers watch the product, but they're not as invested as us, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like for the normal person like them, it's gonna shock them. It's gonna throw them for a loop.
I guess I'm sorry, Ange and Jeff, if I spoiled that for you.
No, but you know what I mean, where it's more of like, I think the everyday wrestling fan doesn't get that spoiled for them.
Yeah.
So the reactions are still going to be Undertaker face, are still going to be like, Cody, no. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm saying.
No, you're completely right. And I am in the small majority of like the internet is louder than it actually is, than it is actually in people. It's something that we've had to come to terms with over the last couple decades too, just with phones and technology and breaking kayfabe, and so it's you can show both sides of the coin.
Sometimes it sucks that kayfabe's dead, but also I think we've gotten some of the best content out of it being dead.
Like WWE Vaults, the WWE Vault channel. So Moving on Night of Champions, we had the street fight between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, which was an absolute banger. Absolute banger. I mean, we knew how it was going to go. Rhea Ripley won, obviously.
But I'm not even mad because Raquel put on I think that was her best main roster match.
Yes.
Bar none.
If we can get Raquel into some of these like street fight matches with Michin, Chelsea Green, have her.
I will watch every Michin match. I love it.
Yeah, have Raquel Rodriguez in that kind of similar territory, and like they got a solid division if they want to compete with AEW's like every once in a while hardcore match, because I would kill for Michin, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley. Hell, let her bleed. Let them Crimson Mask, bro.
Dude, also Rhea's makeup was dope.
Yeah. Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Kross in a match full
He took a back bump. He took a back bump. He took a couple back bumps. He proved everyone wrong.
Hey, we're happy to tell TikTok that he did take back bumps.
For all of you saying, two guys sitting on their couch. For all those guys saying, you've never taken a bump in your life.
For all those guys saying that I don't watch the other product. Fuck you.
I don't.
Yeah. Hey, but let us know if you want him to. I mean, AEW is uploading full matches. New Japan's watching full matches. We got ideas for content. Let us know. Yeah, Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Kross. We didn't not expect this, but the match was a lot better than we expected.
100%. I really enjoyed that match. Karrion Kross was great. He falls like a sack of potatoes. Everyone's going to think I hate Karrion Kross, but they don't know that I am the predictor.
Yeah.
I love Karrion Kross, dude. But there were a couple of times in the match, dude, where he would get countered or fall off, and it was just, it felt like the Roblox sound, like falling sound.
Yeah,
like that's how he looks like.
The back bump that he took out of the ring, and it just looks like the most basic back bump you ever take in wrestling school ever.
Just to make everyone see that he's doing it. It was the biggest like FU to the IWC it could be.
But it was fun. I'm glad. I'm glad Sami Zayn is getting some wins back up. Like, I feel like Sami Zayn kind of ebbs and flows with where he's at on the card. I feel like he's on an uptick right now, especially where he's at with like LA Knight and Karrion Kross and like their level and position in the card. They're kind of that upper in between middle card and like world title scene. I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn finally getting a world heavyweight title match at this year's WrestleMania.
You're still holding on to that one?
I'm going to until I can't. Holding on until the wheels fall off, brother.
I have to respect it. I don't think you're right, but I have to respect it.
Hey, to the guy that's holding on to LA Knight winning the Money in the Bank in the next one, fourth time's a charm.
Isn't it crazy you're just talking to yourself editing?
No. No, I don't. Yeah.
You don't have to lie.
Solo Sikoa is our Solo Sikoa is our new U.S. champion, defeating Jacob Fatu, surprisingly. So our predictions were wrong.
4 letters, 1 word. Stop.
Yeah. 4 letters, 1 word. Solo. You know what I mean? He surprisingly defeated Jacob Fatu. Hopefully, they'll probably run it back.
I saw a crazy tweet that I couldn't shake out of my brain, and it was somewhere deep down inside Solo Sikoa is the best wrestler in the world. Like, it's somewhere in there, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's somewhere in there, man.
That's so fun. Hey,
I can see it.
Hey, it's like, John Cena in Madison Square Garden, Hulk Hogan in the 80s, Solo Sikoa in Saudi Arabia,
Dude. But I was just I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, he really has put, it's like the way he acts, like the doing other people's things against them, the way he does the dance into the, oh no, I'm caught. Like, it's that type of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, because, everyone's going to be like, oh, of course he said. I'm like, no, but I mean fun. Like, you got to have fun out there, man.
Definitely.
And and he can tell some stories. I like this. I didn't think I was gonna like it when he lost originally, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, this is kind of sick.
So Sikoa won that U.S. championship with the help of the returning Tonga Loa and the debuting hikuelo or tala.
I'm so sorry for the mistaking their names I'm going to do over the next months.
Hey, Michael Cole did it. He said, is that Tonga? Tama? His brother. That's what Michael Cole said. So don't worry about it.
There's a lot of Tongas.
His name should be hikuelo.
Hikuelo, 100%.
It would and Jeff Cobb should be Jeff Cobb, but the Fed is the Fed.
I'm okay with JC
Mateo.
If you can't do Jeff Cobb, at least it's JC. And it's not one more time for hikuelo. One more time.
Tala Tonga.
Yeah. At least it's not completely throwing away your name. At least JC is still Jeff Cobb. Hikuelo is no longer.
Why did
you see it right there?
Why did Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga keep their names? They were that in New Japan.
And now we have
hikuelo as Tala Tonga.
No, we have to stop calling him his dead name. we have to call him
Tala Tonga.
Tala Tonga. Thank you, dude. Tama Tonga Loa. Dude, I can't. Ah! There's just so many Samoans.
It sounds like a fucking Mad Lib, dude.
Dude, it is. No, it's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
If you can say it 5 times fast, I'll give you a soda pop.
Dude. I think you win the Samoan Dynasty Championship at that point.
I don't think anyone's ever winning it. Only Samoans can win that because I can't say those 3 names. Well, he's an honorary.
And that's what he's winning at WrestleMania 42. You fucking bitch. John Cena.
Wait a second. He's gonna win the tribal championship.
The Tribal Chief Championship, yeah.
So he's gonna wear So Sami Zayn's gonna win the Ulafala.
No, he's actually the first ever Samoan Dynasty champion.
Something feels wrong about this.
Hey, it's not your prom dress.
Yeah, you're right. It's not my prom dress.
John Cena retained his World Heavyweight Championship, or the WWE title, I was really worried about this match. It wasn't a disappointing retirement match.
It was great.
It was a great match between the two men of John Cena and CM Punk. We had Seth Rollins attempt to cash in with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed by his side.
I don't think he was ever really trying to cash in, though.
No, of course not. We learn on Monday, of course.
Dude. Charles Robinson got destroyed.
And you can see Charles Robinson at the end of the thing, like he's trying to slow down, and John's not like.
No,
he took that. Hey, salutes to Charles Robinson, bro.
Dude, that was crazy.
I did that with my left hand. My fault.
So did I.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. This is actually going on the 4th of July.
Hey, man, don't blow your hand up like Jason Pierre-Paul. Don't do that.
But
he doesn't know who that is.
Yeah, wrong fucking show, asshole.
Dude, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm not from the Ground Sports. I'm not sure.
John Cena retained his championship, though, because Penta danced his way down in the ring. He's a smooth operator.
So you're getting your ass kicked.
He's the new Jeff Hardy.
No. So you're getting your ass kicked.
Yes.
You, Edward.
Yes.
And you hear my music hit.
You're grittying to the ring.
And I'm grittying to the ring instead of running to help you.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be a little mad.
I would be.
Like, why are you aura farming?
Yeah.
When I'm getting
I'd be a little pissed.
Ass beat.
I'll be a little pissed.
So
luckily Sami Zayn also comes out to help.
He doesn't take his time.
He doesn't dance to his ska music. But yeah, I feel like that's the War Games match.
Yeah,
we're setting up for the War Games match. I'm calling it early. War Games is in November. The War Games match is Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, John Cena, and the other team is Sami Zayn, Penta, CM Punk,
Corporate Man Punk,
and LA Knight.
Replace John Cena with the fourth member of that group.
Oh, it's so sweet that you're holding on to that hope.
John Cena has to have a title match. They're not going to put John Cena in a War Games match, are they?
The retirement tour? Dude. You don't want to see a retirement... You don't want to see John Cena in a War Games match?
I don't want to see him in 2 matches that don't have the belt on the line at PLEs. Is that so wrong of me? Is that so wrong of me?
May I argue... Hey. Fine. Your hands were sweaty anyway.
Oh, no, they're not.
John Cena in a War Games match is way better than his tag team match bullshit with Logan Paul.
What I'm saying is it's another non-title defense on a PLE, and you know how I feel about champions not putting their titles on the line in matches that... Why do I pay for Peacock?
Hear me out. Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it when he did it. Was it a cool match? Yes. I want champions to have their titles on the line at premium live events, and I don't think I'm a bad person for that. And I think you're making me out to be this villain when I just want my champions to defend their championships.
Yeah.
Especially in a retirement tour.
I know.
But by War Games, he probably won't have the belt.
You think he's losing at SummerSlam?
I think he's losing at SummerSlam.
To Cody?
To Cody.
I think we'll get into it in our predictions episode, but you want to call it early if Cody's walking out with... Because that's going to be a bonus prediction if Cody's walking out with the world title.
I didn't say walking out. I said winning against John Cena. That is what I said. I did not say walking out.
Ooh, I'm excited in 4 weeks.
Dude, can we have Matt on the? Can we try to have Matt and Devin on the predictions? Is that a possibility?
Yeah,
I can try. We can try. I want them on everything for SummerSlam and WrestleMania because those are the two big ones. I want them on everything, and I don't care if they say yes or no. Actually, yeah, I do. It consent matters.
And that's what we think here at Pod-a-Mania. Consent matters.
Thanks, man.
Io Sky opened up Raw and challenged Rhea fucking Ripley. Again.
Hi, Io. I never got my title defense. Hey, Io. This is my brutality. Dude.
You said you wanted to save this for the pod. I mean, we got a couple things that are coming. This
wasn't even what I had saved.
Oh.
I'm mad about.
I mean, no. Because
we'll get there.
Arguably, you did want. You would rather. You got on your soapbox last week.
No, I didn't get it.
I didn't clip you.
I know.
Because we watched Night of Champions, and it would have been a bad clip.
I would have been a bad clip. I would have been a wrong clip. I would have been.
But has your opinion changed since last week? Do you agree? I mean, okay, I think your opinion is still that Jade Cargill is too green.
I think I'm fine with Jade Cargill winning. I am not happy with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
Answer my question. Do you think Jade Cargill is too green to be in the position she's in to win the Queen of the Ring tournament?
No.
Okay. Second question. You would have rather Asuka versus Io.
Yes.
And now we're stuck with Io versus Rhea at Evolution 2.
Yeah. This is... Everything you're saying is right. And
I'm sad.
No, I'm not sad. I'm happy for Jade. She proved me wrong. She had a great match.
Yeah.
Her promo after, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first half, but I loved the second half. And I think that's a lot of what has been happening with Jade for me, where it's like half what you do is like, oh my God, my jaw is on the floor. You are amazing. And the other half is like, you're so close. You're so close to getting it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like we talk about with a lot of younger talent. It's just like, or greener talent, where it's like, once it clicks for you.
You know what's crazy is like, I feel like people still say that about Austin Theory. If you want to rage bait people, it's Jey Uso. If
But I think Jey Uso gets it. I think he had a moment where he didn't, but I think he got it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he wasn't ready when he faced Roman.
No.
But he got there after seeing what he needed to become.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't get why we have to keep running back Rhea and Io. I understand Rhea is your moneymaker. She is your big seller. You don't have Liv Morgan anymore. You have to go this direction because they're going to put on the best match. Their chemistry is amazing. If you give them 25, 35 minutes, they're going to put on a banger, and we're going to sit back down. We're going to sit our white asses back down the next week and say, man, we weren't excited for this, but the match blew us off our feet, right? Because that's what they do. It's what these two do together. It just really sucks that you have the opportunity to do the Kairi Sane, Asuka, Io angle. You have the way to do Io Asuka angle. You have so many other areas to go that we haven't seen on the main roster yet, or in a while.
To kind of look at it from where I think Triple H in the booking department is sat. They already have one triple threat planned with Jade, Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca. So they can't do Asuka, Io.
So they want to save Asuka, Io for Asuka, Io, Kairi.
Well, Asuka, Io, yeah, that's what I'm.
That's why you just run Rhea again. But do you have Rhea lose at Evolution 2.0? Are you really gonna have Rhea Ripley lose at Evolution 2.0?
Yeah.
This might be the last time we see Io with the belt. And we're not going to get Asuka Io? Are we just going to get Asuka Io with nothing on the line?
Well,
it'll be good.
She can win the championship again. But
if Rhea gets it, Io's not touching that thing for a while.
Looking at Evolution 2, it's like, do you run Io versus Rhea again? Do you run Io versus Nikki? Do you run,
You run Io versus Asuka.
Even if you don't want to run Io versus Asuka, it's like you could run fucking Io versus Stephanie Vakir.
Yes.
The winner of the Slim Jim.
Or what about Io versus Roxanne Perez?
Yeah, Io versus Roxanne Perez.
That would be amazing. There's so many other ways you can go, but yet you just keep milking the cow.
Yeah.
You keep going back to the cash cow.
And if there's one thing I've ever said is Triple H loves getting milked.
This is my brutality.
Specifically by Rhea Ripley.
That's what you want.
Finn Balor and JD McDonough are new Raw Tag Team Champions. And excuse you.
This was the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing with the Judgment Day, man? Why?
Honestly, what are we doing with the Raw Tag Division here? Because if you're
he's not Finn Balor anymore. Finn Balor is no more.
Ooh.
No more Finn Balor. He's a champion. They have the IC and the men's tags and the women's tags. Finn Balor.
It's a little Braun gif. Ooh.
Like, bro, cool. You have both tag titles and the IC title. You shouldn't be a group anymore. And they're gonna run Raquel and Roxanne at Evolution 2. I heard that the match is gonna be a fatal 4-way for the women's tag titles. Something I was reading was like they're gonna do an NXT team, a SmackDown team, and like 2 Raw teams.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's what I read. I could be wrong, but that's what I read.
I mean, that would make sense, but
But also, like, what NXT women's tag team?
Yeah, you can't fucking.
There?
Yeah, I was gonna say. The Casey's aren't there.
We just fired all of them.
Yeah. Oh, Tatum Paxley and the other one.
Okay, and then the SmackDown.
Lola Vice and Zarya.
And then the SmackDown women's team is going to be...
Slagent P and Isla Dawn.
And then the other Raw women's team is going to be...
Who else? What other
Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. They do the whole double swing because they want to both hate Bayley because Lyra's like, Becky's my friend. because
that was awful. Why the fuck did you recommend that? That's insane.
What else was I gonna say, bro?
Yeah, to be fair, I couldn't think of any other women's wrestlers on Raw other than the people in Judgment Day.
At least I made it.
And Rhea Ripley.
At least I made a chance.
Yeah.
Asuka and Kairi Sane.
I don't know what they're. Yeah, true. Let them cook.
Okay, wait. Hey, I may have some misses.
Hey, wait.
But I do have some makes.
But what are we? I don't know what we've been doing with the Raw tag division. If you're gonna compare, like, if you're gonna say that, like, the SmackDown, like, entire booking compared to Raw is bad, this tag team title division has been shitty since Mania.
Yeah, it's been terrible.
And it's just been the New Day. It's just been the War Raiders. It's like, I don't know what would improve it necessarily. Actually, I do, and we'll get into it later. But
why do we need a women's tag division if you're going to throw away all the women's tag teams? I'm not trying to be that guy to take away belts from the women's division.
I'm not talking about the women's tag division. I'm talking about the SmackDown. The Raw tag division. The Raw tag division.
Yeah, no. Sorry. I think they're both in a bad spot.
Yes.
And that's why. Because everything you said goes for both.
Well, the women's tag division is split between Raw and SmackDown. That can be defended on either show.
Yeah, but
I know
there's not enough.
I know where you're coming from.
Like,
it's all
the same thing.
Bullshit. Why did they introduce those titles?
What I think that mistake from me showed is just how bad both Raw tag division and the women's tag division is right now. Where it's just like, so we're giving it back to the Judgment Day. Is this Triple H just being like, haha, you guys just think we're going to break them up? We're never going to break them up. They're going to be friends forever, even though we're going to hint that they don't like each other because drama.
Okay, but the Judgment Day, they're not friends forever. They'll break up eventually. Are we will we be friends forever?
We're going to last as long as Judgment Day, which seems like forever. Actually, we're going to last the same way Austin Theory and Waller last, where we just argue all the time.
That actually sounds about right, yeah.
That, like, everyone's be like, dude, these guys should, like, stop hanging out.
Hey, dibs on Theory. Fuck you, you have to be Australian.
That's not an insult.
You're upside down all the time. You're just... It's like in Minecraft when you name something Dinnerbone.
Yeah.
You look like that.
But at least I have a cool accent.
For it?
No.
Sheamus versus Rusev happened. And when was the last time that Sheamus had a bad match? That was like the
It was just two big men slapped meat.
That was the consensus there.
I love Rusev.
I love Rusev. I love Sheamus. Banger after banger after banger.
Burger after burger after burger.
Me at In-N-Out.
Me at 4th of July.
Me with hot dogs. It's dog sucking season.
I'm not a dog guy. I'm a burger guy.
What are you? Comment
in the comments below. Are you a burger guy?
Hey, answer
or a dog guy?
Answer on Spotify. Actually,
dude, on the Spotify comments.
That's our call to action for Spotify.
If you're a Spotify guy, you know who's a Spotify pod enjoyer is J Mill.
Ooh.
So I might be like, hey, I know you're an audio guy. Slip this into your rotation.
Yeah.
Guy's a teacher.
Gunther had a promo on Raw. This is where we're gonna get into Seth and CM Punk and everything in between. Gunther opened his promo, basically talking about Goldberg because the crowd was cheering for Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
He kept referring to Bill Gutenberg.
Bill Gutenberg.
He calls him a 58-year-old man who wants to have one last hurrah at Gunther's expense.
He sounds like me at the dinner table.
He's not capable of taking the World Heavyweight Championship off of Gunther, and he is confident that he can beat Bill Goldberg in under 3 minutes, but he wants to embarrass Bill Goldberg in front of his friends and family right there in his hometown.
They showed a video package of Goldberg for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I saw somebody be like, it's crazy that the video package for Goldberg's going to last like longer than the match. And I went, no, dude, if somebody had 3 minutes of highlights of me, it's a pretty good amount of highlights. I don't think people realize how like short highlights are. A highlight's 10 seconds, man. You get 3 minutes. I'll take that.
Okay, but compare the edits on TikTok, or even like you can do highlights for basketball if it's easier for you. How varied are their dunks and moves compared to Bill Goldberg's? What of that 3 minutes was the same 3 moves of spear, jackhammer, and my eyes are cross-eyed? That's all I'm saying. You don't see Damian Lillard like, you know what I mean?
My eyes are cross-eyed. I'm sorry. I just don't think Bill Goldberg sounds like that. But
in my head, he does.
But I agree. He does just go cross-eyed.
Yeah,
and
like I know there's only so many ways to shoot a basketball. But there's only so many ways to do the jackhammer and spear. Sorry.
You're right. No, you're right. But also, I'm just saying, we need to cool it on the Goldberg hate a little. I don't like him.
Damian Lillard is better than Bill Goldberg.
Well, yeah. But I just think no matter how much we hate it, he deserves a retirement.
Yeah, hey, I agree. But fuck Bill
Goldberg. Oh, yeah. He should have done this like 10 years ago.
Seth Rollins debuts his brand new briefcase, interrupts Gunther's promo.
Sick.
It is a very cool briefcase.
It reminds me of the one Punk won at 25.
Yeah.
The all black one with the star on it.
Yeah, all black one with a star on it. I do like his little logo in it. Hey, I think if you're having him win it a second time, have 2 different custom briefcases for him, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm still partial to the gold one.
Yeah.
Because
with the fat dent in it from Kane's head.
From Kane's dome. I love that they kept it dented. That's the thing. How many times in the past would they just replace it?
Yeah.
Like, they kept the dent. Added character.
But Seth...
Or is that just how strong Kane's dome is?
Hey, that's why he acts like that now.
That's a...
Money in the bank. He's got money.
Mayor, right?
A mayor of Tennessee, yep. But Seth interrupted Gunther's promo and pretty much said that he wanted to make sure that CM Punk never wins a championship as long as he breathes. And that's why he interrupted the John Cena match on Saturday. You know, he reminds Gunther that when he won that Money in the Bank briefcase, that it was going to be an all-out assault on both world titles. And so he just says, congratulations, champ. But then CM Punk comes down and whoops Seth's ass.
Whips some ass. And
Seth Rollins gets a case of liver tail. He runs all the way up in the stands, thinking he's damn Jey Uso.
Yeet.
And he Punk's calling him a coward. Shoves Gunther on the way out.
Somehow Gunther always ends up just looking like a little baby.
Making Gunther look bitch made.
Dude, it's just like, how did you let small old man
how did you let corporate man Punk?
How do you do it?
Shove you like a sack of potatoes.
I just don't get it, man. But then also, Seth Rollins in the stands at LA Knight comes from behind him and throws popcorn in his face.
LA Knight attacks Seth Rollins in the stands because clearly somebody.
They don't like each other.
They don't like each other. Somebody's got to attack him if he's not in the ring. You know. Mm-hmm. Thank God it wasn't a fan. LA Knight attacks him with a bucket of popcorn, and they fight all through the arena concourse, setting up LA Knight versus Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event. Cool.
Saturday night main event needs to not exist so we can focus on the PLEs at hand. We have Evolution 2.0 and SummerSlam to build up, we have to do Saturday night main event.
If Saturday night main event is the way Triple H, if Saturday night main event is the way Triple H is able to tie storylines together that aren't necessarily title storylines, I'm okay with it.
That's fair.
Because if we're having 5 match cards,
might as well.
Yeah. We have a card full of like LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, Ron Killings versus Aleister Black, and then the only title match on Saturday night's main event is the Goldberg retirement match. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's fair.
So
I guess we don't have to do Goldberg retirement match at like something that matters.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bayley versus Lyra happened.
Nice.
I don't know. Neither of us watched Raw this week.
Good for you, or sorry that happened to you. That's the best way to put it, because the storyline is happening.
Yeah, it'll probably wrap up at Evolution 2.
Yeah.
But
you gonna watch that?
Yeah.
You gonna watch Evolution 2?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Oh, I really think if I say your over-under matches watched for Evolution at 2.5, I would bet the under.
And you'd be a winning man. You know?
That's why I love the casino.
But Braun and Braun Security defeated Sami and Penta in a tag team. Sami Zayn and Penta in a tag team match.
I love it.
Braun and Braun Security is a cool little faction between, like, the two guys that are kind of in the mid card right now. Honestly, what would liven up the tag team division? Put that shit on. Hey, I would not be as mad.
They're only going for world championships.
I wouldn't be as mad though.
They're only going for my name, Seth, Ma freaking Rollins. And you know what I want? Both.
CM Punk.
You want both of these.
CM Punk. In a bit.
You want CM Punk? None of these. Me and my boys, both of these. That's what he wants.
But Jey Uso comes out because Braun and Braun Security attack Sami and Penta, going for like chairs and extra
and the Slim Jim tables.
Spears out of the boots and Slim Jim tables. Oh my! But Jey Uso comes out, saves them from an attack. Probably setting up a 3-on-3 match next week. You know, if I wanted to fucking
take a gander into the ill mind of Triple H.
Ooh. Yeah. It's just the SpongeBob, like, fire running around all the time, and then, like...
And then the occasional, hi, how are you?
Yeah. The IWC, specifically on Raw, said, like, we want better booking for Carmelo Hayes, you know? We want to see him more frequently. I know that he was losing. He was kind of in that position where he won that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They didn't know what to do with him. He was fighting at Aleister Black. # We Want Mello trended. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like that even matters at this point?
It's so hard at this point because they've just like kind of put him in that gray area.
Yeah.
Of just like, you're not that guy, but we're not ready to give you the chance.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's tough because, like, yeah, I want him to succeed, but what has he, like, I feel like, what has he done lately? But they haven't given him the chance to do anything. But it's so hard, man. There's so many people to give time to right now that we already don't give the time to. How do we add another person to that list?
Yeah.
LA Knight still needs his run.
It's even harder considering SmackDown was gonna move back down to 2 hours. So it's difficult to consider that for sure. But if I could make a change, I would. But I think that wraps up the show, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties this week. We didn't mean to. But, follow that AM podcast at Pod-a-Mania Pod _EWL3 at Bozo Dills. Subscribe to us. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. That's it. Finger guns. Pew, 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 pew.
Don't.
Man.